Welcome everybody here for the 13th round of the OSRL F1 in Belgium in Spa. We're very happy to have you all with us today for this great track, for this great race on this Monday afternoon at 3 PM CET. We've got a full training grid right now for this race. It's the first time that we've had this in the season, and we're happy. We've gotten so many drivers in the last few weeks, last few days, especially a lot of these new drivers in Tier 1 that haven't raced with us in this year are now here. Kuhn has left the session. I think this has been something with his connection. I don't know what happened, but we're just watching Jonas right now going on to his first lap. From what I've heard from the drivers, it will rain in the race. I don't know when, I don't know for how long, but there will be rain at some point. So that will be very interesting to see how the strategies will work in this race. We've got Jonas now, I think the first guy on his lap. There are a lot of guys already going through the first sector, and Jonas should be the first one. Or one of the racing points that we'll watch. I think it is Michael. He will be the first one to set a lap in this qualifying session. 80 minutes, like always, with the 50% following up. We've got Michael now coming through the last corner. Where will he be? He will be in P1, but he sets a 1:44.0. It's a good start. Louis setting a 1:43.6 to start off this qualifying session. Next up is one of the other racing point. Grips on the mediums, setting a 1:44.8 in this qualifying session. Now Jonas should be the next guy to finish his lap, and he has gone into P2 1:43.9, 3 times behind Luis, but that does put him in P2 right now. 4 guys have set their laps. Next guys should be the Red Bulls. Leon now setting a 1:44.02. Martin, the next guy to set his lap, coming off the line. It's a 1:45.7 on the hard. Since Ivan has retired from the session, I will try to see what happened to him. He lost the car in Blanchimont. I think he touched the inside curb and just went into the wall then. Next guy, Arian, setting a 1:45.8 on the soft. Alex setting a 1:46.2. That definitely wasn't a great lap that the Ferrari driver set right here. Sergio still in the pits, as well as We Love Gaming. Alex, the next guy to set his lap. I think he won't be ending his lap right now. I think he had some kind of an incident here. He's going into the pits. Looks like it. Now there's Luis coming into the pits, and Vigo setting the next lap. He had a great race last week in Hungary. He finished in P2. First podium finish in his, I think it was his second or third race in this league. So that was a great race for him, getting these 18 points. Put him into a good spot in the championship right now. Currently have Jonas coming into the pits. Now we can get into some facts right now for the qualifying. We've seen Louis setting a 1:43. That's like the targeted time in qualifying. Some guys in time trial did a 1:43.0. I don't think that we'll get these times today in this race, in this qualifying, but we could get close to that if some guys will get there. They get the perfect lap in. We're not sure yet if it will happen, but we're currently waiting for the next guys to get out of on track. There are not a lot of guys out there right now. The next guy to set a lap is Vaki. He will be going on to his lap right now. Are there any other guys on their laps right now? Both of the Alpha Tauris, or in this game, there's still Toro Rossos on the track right now, are on fast laps. Frenchies and Vigo Prin, P6 and P9 right now. They look for some good points today. And just waiting for these guys to set their laps. Bucky with the purple first sector. He has been great in the training sessions before this race today. So there should be some improvements for him. Currently in P20 without a lap. He should be able to get into P1 if he gets a good lap in, but this lap won't get him there as it is invalid. I think he took the corner wrong. He definitely took Puhorn wrong. Went in too early. Just took too much curb with him, and that got him that invalid lap. It won't count. Can definitely go back into the pits. I don't know how much fuel he took with him for this lap. So if he got enough fuel, he can maybe run another lap and then go to the pits, but I don't think he will do that. Michael currently in P3. The racing point on another lap. Got the next guy should be Suma, who also invalidated his lap. Now coming over the line, 2.7. But that definitely wasn't a lap that will count. Wheel of Game now finishing his lap on the mediums. Also coming into the pits. Didn't expect him to get back into the pits. Got everybody on an outlap right now. Louis the first guy on his lap. The only guy on his lap after Suma, who just watched in the Mercedes. He's now coming through Rouge. Got a flag in front. Is probably some guy without fuel or just letting the other guys get past. One of the Toro Rossos. I guess it was Vigo. And Luis had some mistakes in the first sector. He did not try to get this lap in. Just stopped on the camel straight and want to continue his lap. And Suma, the guy who won the Grand Prix last year in the first season of the OSRL, currently on his lap. We'll be watching him. This lap did not look like it was great. He had the purple middle sector. I don't know if it's just a game or not, or if it really was a purple middle sector. Otherwise, he could probably get somewhere near the pole. At least that's what I would guess. On the mediums, I don't think he can get the pole with mediums. But let's wait and see. He's now coming into the last corner. Coming over the line. It's a 1:44.8. It was a game bug. As I said, I did not really believe that he could possibly get pole with the mediums. He's not a Kazai who, in all seriousness, I think he could get the pole with mediums, as he's just way too fast on this track. Luis now getting into the pits again. 6 minutes left in his qualifying session. Jonas also on his lap right now, and he retired from the session. I think he wasn't up. He used all of his softs and he had some problems with his shoulders before the race, in the last race too. So I don't know if it was because of that, but now he will not set another lap. Bucky on his outlap right now. Shadow the next guy to set a lap. Or is it Kühn? It's Kühn setting the lap on the softs. Down through the bus stop chicane, coming over the line. What will it be? It will be a 43.7 that puts him into P2 in front of Jonas, who retired from the session, as you just saw on the screen. But now we've got Luis and Kühn in the first two places of this race. Two of the championship leaders behind Kazai. I think they're both P2 and P3. At least that's what they should be. I will look at it. Kazai currently in P1 with 193.5 points. Queen in P2 with 167 points. And Louis in P3 with 157 points. It's our top 3 right now in the championship. So we have the next guy finishing his lap. It should be Arian. He's currently last, the slowest guy in the field. But can he improve his lap? He improves, puts him into P13. Was a bit slower than Martin on the hards. If Martin would go into the softs, he could probably get some seconds out of it. And he's on the mediums right now. It was an invalid lap. Somewhere at the end of the lap. I don't know where and what happened there. I don't think the hards are the right tires for this strategy. For this track, I should say. Not for the strategy. I've heard from some guys that they want to do soft hard, but I don't really think it's the best strategy as this track. I would use soft medium if I was some guy. And if it would rain, hards are definitely not the way you should go in this qualifying session, as it will start right at the back. And if there is a crash at the start, you won't have a chance to really use the hards like you want to, because the softs will go on longer as they can go. Probably 9 laps. Drips has lost the car. The next guy to cut there is one of the... I think it's one of the Toro Rossos who will get there. Should be Vigo. I don't know how he lost the car there. Standing in the wall. I don't know how you can lose the car there, if I'm being honest. Yellow flag in turn 1, I think it was because of the Williams standing in the pit lane now. And Vigo coming through the last corner. He's going into the pit lane. Currently in P9. Got franchise. One of the next guys to finish his lap, Leonard. Coming into the pits too. And the next guy to set a lap will be Wheel of Gaming, who has not set a lap yet. Alex has retired from the session in the... Oh no, he has not. He crashed with Wheel of Gaming on the start-finish straight. I really don't know what happened there. And Jonas has retired because he wants to save a set of softs for the race. I think this is a really clever move by Jonas to just save another pair of softs for the race. If the rain is gone at some point, he can just switch onto the softs and be the fastest guy on the track. Every guy that will use every single one of the softs in this qualifying session won't have that chance in the race. And starting in P4 right now, Vaki on pole with the 143.5. I didn't even see it. Great lap by the McLaren driver, who won his first Grand Prix in the OSRL last week in Hungary. He has been one of the fastest guys this season, just right behind Luis, Kuhn and Kasai. Kuhn only in P3 right now, but I think he could improve. He could get P2 or P1. Wheel of Gaming has retired from the session. I don't know what happened to him. I still don't know how he crashed with Alex on the start-finish straight. Sergio hasn't set a lap yet. He will start from the back, just like Kasai, I think. Kasai currently on his lap. Baki has retired from the session in the pit lane, and we're just waiting for Kasai to set his lap on the mediums. Right now, where will he get with these tires? Everybody has got the softs on. We've got everybody on their outlaps right now, except for Leonard, Philippe and Kasai. Everybody of them is on a fast lap. Next guy to get over the line is Alex, who will have another chance at getting into the top 10 for Ferrari. Ferrari has not scored a single point yet in the season. The team that won the Constructors Championship last year, consisting of me and Jonas, have not scored a single point this season, as Jonas has missed a lot of races and has not finished one single race yet, and the other Jonas just can't get into the lobby, which is Not ideal, but it is what it is. And today the Ferraris look to take the first points of the season. As you have Kozai currently on his lap, and the Ferrari has invalidated his lap, that's why he won't continue. The only guy on his outlap, still on his outlap, is currently Franchise, and he has to be fast to make it to the line. It's not there yet. Suma going it, Kozai not finishing his lap. And he's got 2 seconds left. And Franchise won't be able to get over the line. It's over for Franchise. Will get over the line. The qualifying is over. He won't be able to get another lap in. Kozai starting from P18 in front of Sergio and Esteban. Esteban crashed out in Blanchimont in like 3 minutes into the qualifying session. But now we have to look at the battle for the pole. Kuhn currently going faster by 2 times. It's currently the pole for Kuhn. He can get up into P1 if he can finish this lap. Now Kuhn coming through Blanchimont, the last 2 corners following up with the bus stop chicane. And now he needs to get a good exit out of here. He can get through it. And I think if he can finish it through, he will get the pole position. It's Kuhn in P1. He gets the pole position, 143.4. But Luis also on his lap right now. He's not fast right now. Did he make a mistake in the last corner? We see Leonard in P2. What a great lap by the Renault driver. He puts himself up into P2. Now the next guy improving. Martin in P9. And now Luis. Can he improve? Getting back into P3 or P2. It will be P4 for Luis if no one else can improve. And I think everybody is finished except for Suma and Alex, but they're both in the pits. And that's the qualifying done for the Belgian Grand Prix. We have Kuhn in P1 with a great lap, 143.4. Leonard in P2, he improved just with the last lap that he had, putting himself up into P2 in front of Vaki, who had the pole for a long time in this qualifying. But then Kuhn and Leonard took his places. Vaki 143.5, only 1/10 between P1 and P3. Luis right behind at 143.6, not far behind that. Jonas then the first guy with 3/10 of distance between them. Philippe in P6, Michael in P7, Shadow in P8, Martin in P9. But they're all close. It's only 2/10 between P5 and P9. Then 2/10 between P9 and P10. Vigo in P10 there. Eindrips in P11. The first guy on the medium. Sua also on mediums in P12. Franchise on softs in P13. Alex, second Ferrari in P14. Ariane in P15. Alex in P16. Wheel of Gaming in P17. Who got a 5-place grid penalty. Kozai in P18. Trippy Sergio without a lap in P19. And in P20 we've got Steven who crashed in the qualifying session. That's it for the qualifying. So we're just waiting for the guys to get into the race right now. But I don't know what happened there for Wheel of Gaming and Alex. That I didn't see it. I just saw that he got a 5-second grid penalty, and out there both were standing and looking at the wrong way on the start-finish straight. I don't know how you can crash there. I don't know what happened, but we'll probably hear from them after the race. There will probably be some things to talk about as we are just waiting for the guys to get ready for the race. I'll be coming back in the next minute or so, but then you can just watch the guys getting onto the outlap. So, as you've just seen, Vaki has left the session. I think he has been kicked out of the lobby by some connection issues. or that should probably be the reason why he's not in it anymore. I really hope that he can get back into it, but if not, this will be very bad for him. Yes, he's in P3 right now, but just as you can see, now can get into some of the key facts. We've got 22 laps right now, as you can see. On the 7 kilometer long track, we've got 20 turns on this track, with the key turns being turn 1 into La Source. You can attack there with the DRS straight on the start-finish straight, but you have to make the move stick if you want to attack. And Kuhn has left the session. I think his internet he had connection problems in the qualifying also. So it's Kuhn and Vaki both out of the session. And I don't know if they'll be able to get back in. So that's definitely bad for both of them, starting in the top 3. But they're out of the reason. Kuhn has joined back in. I hope that he can be there for the start. And Vaki is still not able to get back in. But now I can get back into it. Like, we've got turn 1. Great. Overtaking opportunity into La Source. Then, of course, we got Redillon. Or Rouge, not Redillon. But you know what I'm saying. It's one of the most exciting corners of the race of the year in the Formula 1 calendar. But it's also a corner where we've got a lot of tragic moments. Of course, last year we lost Antoine Hubert there in the F2 race. Rest in peace, Antoine. And then we go on with turn 10, Rivage, one of the hardest corners on this track, as it's a downhill corner and you can easily lock up there. And of course, after the coming straight, you can easily attack with DRS. But now we're just waiting for the lights to come on. Everybody is standing on their places. The lights are coming on. I don't think we'll start right now. It's a bug again. Vaki has. I don't know why Vaki has started already his AI, and we're underway for the 13th round of the OSRL F1 here in Spa in Belgium. Coming down into turn 1. We've got Kuhn into P1 right now. Leonard could possibly attack him, but Jonas has already overtaken Luis. At the back, there's Alex having problems. Vaki in P1. I don't know how his AI was able to start this early, and he has a big gap, and there's a crash. There are Arian, Jonas, and Vigo and Shadow in the wall right now in a Rouge. Jonas losing his front wing in the first lap. I don't know what happened, but that's a big crash, and Vaki is losing P1 for no, he's not losing P1, but he's losing the big gap that he had. Kazai already up into P11, and we should be getting rain in this race, but I don't know what happened here. Of course, we've got a crash in lap 1 in a Rouge. It's always some sort of shocking if you see a crash in a Rouge after what happened last year. I didn't really see it because I was trying to look at what happened at the back with Alex and Steven, because they lost some time, they lost some place, I think. Or of course not, they did not lose any time now. But Jonas can just get back into the pits, who also crashed in Rouge. I don't know what happened to him right there, but he lost the car probably. I don't think he got taken out by anyone, but I have to look at some of the replays of some guys, as we're currently waiting for the safety car, for everybody to catch up to the safety car. There is a 5-second penalty for Philippe to crashing with somebody, with Michael. I don't know what happened there. But we've got Vaki going into the pits for mediums now. We've got Luis, Michael getting all of these things, and there's a collision between Alex and Joe. Joe got a 5-second penalty for that. I hope that the 5 seconds will be taken on this pit stop already. yeah, they will be taken on this pit stop. That's a great thing. I think that it's already been taken here. So the 5 seconds are gone. Aryan has left the session, but he was involved in that first lap crash in Eau Rouge. Jonas coming out of the pits in P17, which was already clear to most of y'all that Jonas will come out in P17. We've now got Queen in P1, Leonard in P2, like it was in qualifying. Philippe in P3 on the softs. He had a good start, he got some places. Drips in P4. He started in P11, I think. Definitely, he gained a lot of places. I want to look at the qualifying results right here. See, Drips started in P11, so that's a big gain for him. We've got Martin also gaining some places, 3 places from P9. Kazai started in P18, I think, or P17 because of Wheel of Gaming's penalty, but now he's up into P9. Great start for the championship leader. Alex up into P10, Franchise up into P11. He gained 2 places. Wheel of Gaming also gaining 8 places from the start. Stevan gaining 6 places from the start too, up into P13. Alex in P14. Louis coming out of the pits in P15, and Michael in front of Jonas, who still needs to get back to the 5th, but now he's there. He caught up to the guys, and I think the safety car can come in this lap. I don't know why it should stay out for another lap as everybody is there. But I really hope that lives will go out soon. But it does not look that the safety car will come in this lap. Safety car will stay out for another lap, even though everyone is still there. Everyone is still right behind the guy in the front, and the safety car will stay out for another lap, probably because there are a lot of debris laying around in Eau Rouge, in the wall, right where Shadow, Vigo, and Aryan crashed. We still have no idea what happened there. I need to look back at the stream, but now that the safety car is still out, I can take a look at that. Need to open up some more streams of the guys in this sleep. Probably, I think Louis could have been involved with Jonas. And now I have to look it up. Now going through Rouge. Here's the place where the crash happened. I'll catch it on stream. But this is somewhat weird. So the safety car stayed out for another lap, but we have to just wait for everyone to get back, or just for the safety car to come in this lap. And if it does not come in this lap, I don't know why. It should not come in. But the safety car on this track is definitely not the best thing, as it's a very long track, as I said, 7 kilometers on this track. Drivers have to go, I think, 145 kilometers in this race alone, just without the qualifying laps that they have to put in. They have to get 145 kilometers in, but the safety car is finally coming in this lap. Triple Sergio gets a 5-second penalty. He crashed with Martin. I think he just touched him a bit. But the safety car rules are definitely bad in this race, as we have the whole field closing up. As the safety car is getting back into the pits right now. But we won't have any issues right now with people being stuck behind the safety car, not being able to accelerate as the safety car is currently coming into the pits. And Kuhn will be the one to get back onto the pedal for the restart. He will wait as long as possible. I think he will do the restart after turn 20. Now we are getting back onto racing speed, and Kuhn, he's still in P1, but Leonard was able to follow him. Philippe right behind that. Now in lap 4, there's Philippe touching Leonard, but still staying in his place right now. Kazai already battling with his teammate. He will probably be able to get past, as Sumo does not want his teammate to lose places. We've got Franchise going wide. Alex got a 3-second time penalty in there. Steban going into the wall, and he took somebody with him. Steban has retired from the session. He took Jonas and Michael and Luis with him. He lost the car in Eau Rouge, and this time there's no safety car coming out. Sergio got a 3-second time penalty. And I don't know why and what. And we're losing drivers every time they get through Eau Rouge. I think we should just get the safety car for the whole race and just end the race then. Because not a lot of people will be able to finish this race. As there is not a lot of guys finishing this race at the moment. Vaki losing the place to Kazai. I've just seen there's a virtual safety car right now because Zuma has lost the car. Holy, what the hell? I don't know what the hell is happening in this race. We've already lost 8 drivers in the first 4 laps. As you can really say, it's a killer race. We've lost 7 drivers of different teams. The only team with more than 1 driver in it right now is McLaren, and the other one, I did not really see it, but it is Williams, Drips and Alex still in the session. We're back to racing speed, and there's already rain coming in. This is a chaos race. It's chaotic. First 2 crashes in the first 4 laps in Eau Rouge. We've lost our whole field in this race, and now it's starting to rain. We have to see how long the drivers can stay out in this race till they have to quit. Now got Drips going down the inside, Kuhn going into the pits, and they're standing on the track. Felipe now touching them, I don't know. This is really chaotic. Alex got a 10-second penalty for corner cutting. I don't know where he cut that corner, and he spun around. Alex spins around, and the rain is getting worse. DRS has been enabled, but everybody's going onto the intermediates. We've got Kazai coming out right in front of Vaki, but he had to go into the pits. So we'll see how the guys on the softs will be able to deal with this. And Kuhn has left the session. Suma has left the session, but he was out of the race already. We need to look at the first guys, how They're battling. Drips Philippe. Martin and Sergio fighting for the places right now. Leonard controlling the race in P1. Now coming through Eau Rouge. We've got everybody struggling on the softs. Alex has already lost places and he spun around in Rivage on the exit of Rivage, and he is in the wall. Trying to get back. Sergio is gone past Martin, who has also lost the car. The conditions are getting worse and worse, and the guys who stopped for the intermediates are definitely the guys who did the right thing. We'll be getting back. They all have to pit in this lap, surely. Sergio getting past Philippe, but Sergio has been extremely fast in these conditions, and there's Leonard and Drips colliding. Sergio going way too far into the corner. Everybody going into the pits right now. Drips in front of Leonard and Sergio. Philippe in P4, Martin in P5. Everybody in the pits right now. Alex has to pit on the mediums, but they've already overtaken them. We've got Leonard going on to the wets. I don't know if this is the right decision, because it does not look like it's wet weather. It's wet enough to go onto the wets, but Alex, both of the Alex guys still need to get back into the pits. Franchise getting past Alex here. And 77C not on his race. Kuhn is back into the session now on the intermediates. Vaki getting past Philippe right there. And now the next few laps in Rouge are going to be a big struggle for everyone. Got Alex going into the pits right now. I think Alex would need a safety car to get back into this race. But it looks like Zai will have the best chances at a race to win right here. Vaki getting past Kuhn, who's still not in, but he has rejoined the lobby. And Felipe is still struggling on the inters. The conditions are getting worse and worse. Restart needed. I don't think so. I really don't think so after what happened there. Yeah, but it's only Kuhn, so I don't know. And Kuhn has always had problems with the disconnect, so Leonard has also left the session. I don't know if that was a rage quit or not. We're currently 7 laps into this race, and this is looking very weird now. On Leonard's side, I would really like to know if this was a rage quit or not. So Leonard crashed, yeah, but he left the session. But so I don't know if that was a race quit or not. And Sergio has got past Philippe right there. It's a four-way battle between Vaki, Mozzo, Sergio, and Philippe. As we have Vaki being in P4 right now, and there's Sergio sending one down the inside and is touched with his teammate, I think. But he's up into P5. He got past Martin right there. Now they're battling up into Eau Rouge in the rain. Martin is right behind him. He has to brake a bit. Vaki is running wide. Now Sergio has got the chance to fight with his teammate. This will be a great battle. Leonard is in the pits on the wets after he left the session. But Kuhn is still not back in. He joined the session, but he cannot retake his car. At least that's what it looks like, but we've got this four-way battle right here. Vaki versus Sergio. Sergio now got a lot more grip. Coming down to Rivage, and he can get past his teammate. Sergio up into P4 in his first race back. So we have Martin right behind Vaki. He will have the chance to attack him. He tries to push him wide, but Martin going down the inside of Vaki. Up into P5. Got 15 comments right now. I don't see the 15th one yet. But we've got Philippe going past Vaki. He's got problems in the rain. Not able to fight with the guys in front. Kuhn and Alex. Next guys behind that, but Kuhn is still not back in. So we've got 10 finishes right now. And Kazai really dominating in P1 right now. And I don't think anyone can get near him. For that stage, got a 3-second time penalty because of corner cutting. But now we've had, just to get back to this, we've had 2 crashes with at least 3 people involved. In the first lap in Rouge, we've had Shadow, Vigo and Arian, who all crashed in Rouge. Then after the safety car restart in lap 4, we've had Luis, Michael, Joe and Steven, who all crashed in Rouge 2. Everybody got taken with that, but after what I've seen from their view, there was more of a, I think, more of a game thing, because it really looked like that. Great today, Ola Hoop. Yeah, let's not talk about him. The real Ola Hoop will be back for next week in Italy, though. As we know, Ola Hoop was the guy who crashed everybody out. Yeah, I already saw your onboard footage, and I don't think you can really blame somebody for all of these things. Like, if somebody spins there, of course it's their fault that they are spinning, but it's not really their fault because Drip's got a 3-second penalty right there, but that does not change anything right now. Like I'm just looking at it again, but yeah, it's just unlucky because Shadow just spun there, going up the hill in the Rouge. But I still don't know how Arian lost the car there. I still don't know how he got involved in the crash. Or the... Oh yeah, okay, I saw how he crashed. I need to know. Yeah, I saw it. It's just unlucky for everybody. I still haven't seen what happened to Steven, but Queen is finally back into the lobby again. I really hope that he'll be able to join back into his car now, but yeah, I know that you were not saying that it's his fault, because if you spin there, it's not really anybody's fault because it's just unlucky. But I still need to look at Steven's. It's not. I haven't looked at Steven's view yet for his crash. And Queen is out again, so I think that's it for him. Philippe getting past Martin right here, going down into Puhal to the double left-hander. It was also Lagouge, probably. I don't know about the French name. Leonard is joined again, currently in P12. Last guy. Queen to Ferrari next season. If he wants to, he could do it probably. He could already change this season. But I don't know. I don't know who will be there. I need to look at your view. Ah, no, there's already where you're watching. So got these two guys battling right now. French is getting past Kuhn, but Kuhn's not in. Kuhn to an internet provider that does not kick him out all the time, in my opinion. But one thing bro, I can't talk English, man. One thing that I would really like to see is also Jonah's point of view in lap 1. No, wow. Okay, I've seen Steven's view now. What the hell? So I think this is some sort of bugmasters again, because I don't know how you lost your right front wheel, to be honest, because this really makes no sense how you lost it. No one's into 1 second again, so we can talk about that, as it's probably the only thing we can talk about right now. So that's really, really weird. The worst guys get the Williams. No. Yeah. We'll be looking at how the cars get decided next season, because right now we've got people enjoying their teams right now. I think Kazai would love to drive, probably. Kazai would love to drive for Ferrari as a Charlie Leclerc fan, and just a Ferrari fan in general. I think he would love to drive for them. Sergio, probably a guy who would love to drive for Red Bull next season as an Alex Albon fan. I could guess he would want to drive for them, or for maybe AlphaTauri. There's Philippe getting past Drips now. Drips has lost a lot of time right there, and he lost his front and probably spun somewhere. Zion Kuhn at Ferrari would be too OP. Yeah, it definitely would be, but it's Drips. Got a 5-second penalty for exceeded track limits right there in the last corner. Going to the pits. Lost. Yeah, it looked like it. I didn't really see where he did that. But Trippy Sergio, he has definitely gained a lot of time to pull off gaming. But I don't think Kazai and Kuhn at Ferrari will happen. The thing French has to Ferrari maybe with Kazai, if Kazai would change to Ferrari, it would probably be next to Jonas. Jonas hasn't scored, but I think that would be the perfect lineup for Ferrari, as we've had the runner-up in Season 1, the one who won the Constructors' Championship with me in Season 1 for Ferrari, and we would have an Vettel fan and a Leclerc fan in the Ferrari. I think it would fit. They would have a lot of arguments about Vettel and Leclerc, but I think they would fit together very well. In the Mercedes, I could well imagine seeing Kuhn and a guy like, I think maybe a guy like Shadow would move up to Mercedes next to him, like Kuhn and Shadow in the Mercedes again, so they would stay teammates. I think Zuma would fit in right, like at top team, like Mercedes as the fourth best team, right next to Waki or something. Like McLaren, an English driver for McLaren would be something that a lot of people would probably like to see as a real English team. What about me? I don't know yet. I was just talking about the top 4 teams right now, like for one guy that would probably be able to drive for Red Bull, as I don't think Sergio could be, like, from the pace on, he could probably be a guy that could drive for Mercedes or something, but I think he would love to drive for Red Bull, as he's an Alex Albon fan. I think the perfect guy to stay. I don't know, this is nothing that will be changed now or something, that it could be changed for season 3 or something, but a guy that I think for Red Bull it would be perfect for Stevan and Sergio to drive for them. One is an Alex Albon fan as second driver then, but he would be the first driver, but we've got the guy from the Netherlands in Stevan who could be the first Verstappen for Red Bull. He's been way faster this season. I didn't imagine him being that fast, to be honest, but that would be a great pairing. Then we would have Alfa Romeo. I think this is also a thing. I don't know. Maybe Ferrari would be good with Luis and someone else. And Felipe has spun round in Pujon. He spun round. He touched curb. I don't know what really happened there, but it's Pujon. I would do the Bottas good and Mercedes, yeah. Valtteri, Shadow is James. We need some engineers for this league. I think we should get James and Bono for Mercedes. So that would be funny. Just to have. Nah, it's nothing official, Steven. It's nothing official. I was just talking about because I don't know who said it, but I don't know who started it. Shadow started saying Kuhn to Ferrari, but I was just talking about some driver lineups that probably would fit for the team. So we have to look at that at some later point, because I think after season 2 we've not had the same driver lineups for 2 seasons. Of course, we've had a lot of changes in season 1 and season 2, as we've got a lot of new drivers who've got the pace to race in tier 1. And Philippe has lost some bits of his front wing in Pujon, but he's still trying to race on. Yeah. Oh yeah, forgot about that. Yeah, Jonas to McLaren would also be a great thing. Then Vaki and Jonas in the same team. P2 and P3 of season 1 in the same team would also be something that I would like to see Kunis join back. But then we would have to fill in both Ferraris, and then it could well be Kazai and Kuhn. Yeah, we'll see. Season 2 is still 8 races long. We've got Italy coming up with Monza on Friday. After that, we've got Singapore coming up on next Monday. It will be a second night race of the season. I don't think it will be the most exciting race, but let's hope for it. And Drips has gone on to the softs. I don't think this is the right thing to do already. He's already sliding around, so that definitely wasn't the right decision for the Williams to do. Just going back onto the softs, trying to look for some grip and to look if it works. Vaki got past Felipe right there, but as I said, let's focus on the last 7 laps of the race. And for the season 3 lineups, we'll be talking about that after the 8th of May, as we have the 8th of May currently as the targeted day for season 2 to end with the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. As I can look at it, I have to open up Discord for that. We should have a lot of races on Monday and Friday for the next 2 weeks. 4 weeks or something. Brazil final round. Maybe. I will probably ask a lot of guys in. I will ask you all guys in the group later, like this week or today. I don't know. Shadow, you could probably race for a better team than us, if I'm being honest. Or let's just make a joke and put like some of the guys tier 2 into the Ferrari. Let's give them something to celebrate for the end of the season. But one thing that I really hope that won't happen. Oh, we've got the first guys coming in for the softs right now. We've got Sergio, Love Gaming, and Kazai coming in for the softs. Kazai is already out. It's already coming down, coming up. Rouge. It's the grip is still not there, but that's something that you can imagine after a lot of laps on rain. We've had rain all the time since I think lap 7 or 8, something like that. I'm not sure right now, but now everybody's in the pits again. We've got McLaren scoring a lot of points. The guy that could, well, that would put the first points for Ferrari on the board is Alex. He's currently in P11 he's under Inters right now. And Queen is back into the session. He's driving again. Alex and Philippe are coming out of the pits. P6 and P7 right now. Queen coming into the pits. Drips will overtake him. He already was on the softs a few laps before that. But Alex has to pit for the softs now. If someone crashes out, we might be able to see the first point of the season for Ferrari being scored today. But I think if Alex goes into the pits now, he does not go into the pits. I think that ruined the chances for Ferrari to score their first point in the season today. But we'll be looking at the seats for next season. Alex going way too far into turn 1, and then he spun around. And yeah, he definitely did the right decision, the wrong decision. We're going on to yeah, Ferrari no points. I think Ferrari needs me as a driver to score points. Yeah, just joking, but I don't know. The Ferraris haven't raced a lot of times in the season, and if they've raced, the Ferraris have not finished the race yet. So I don't think any of the full-time drivers for Ferrari have finished the race yet. Jonas has been racing since, I think he has been racing since Great Britain. Since Silverstone, that should have been his first race of the season, I think. And in all of the 4 races that he's raced in, he hasn't had a single race finish. I have to look that up. He has got 1 penalty. Martin has got 0 penalties. We've got Sergio with the 5-second time penalty and 2 penalties. That's 6 seconds, but Kazai has also got 1. We've got Vaki without a penalty. Alex with 1 penalty. Philippe with 2 penalties. Franchise without a penalty. Drips with a lot of penalties. He got 4 penalties, if I'm right. The 5-second penalty should have been served. By now, Kuhn hasn't got any warnings, but definitely did not get anything. Alex got some sort of things, and Alex has thrown the car away in a Rouge. And Alex going into the pits right now. It will be Leonard versus Alex, and we could see the first points for Ferrari in the season today. First race finish and the first points for a driver that will drive for Ferrari for the next time, as Alex will get the seat in the Ferrari. I can well imagine him getting that seat, but we have to look at it. And Alex now coming out of the pits to drink something because my throat is currently really sore. So Alex is up into P10 right now. He's a lap down and Leonard is way behind him. And it's 4 laps to go. I really want to know how far Leonard is back. He's currently 1.40 behind. 1 minute 40 behind. That should be enough for Alex to get a point today, to 27 seconds now. Now it finally updated. But 27 seconds. We should be able to see the first Ferrari point today. But just as I said, Kasai, after he had to retire in Hungary on Friday, he's finally, and not finally, but he's getting a win again with Kühn and Lewis not getting any points, or Kühn getting 2 points in this race. He will be able to get his championship lead back up to about, I think it should be about 50 points now. I have to look. He got the fastest lap too now. Haki with the new fastest lap. Shadow ist James, yeah. Nice edge shadow. Yeah, Leonard is definitely one of the fastest guys, but today he got kicked out, he had struggles, and he went into the wets, which was definitely not the best thing to do for him. Was another fastest lap for Baki. No, it was Kasai again, 147.4. This guy's just flying, and Alex got another 5-second penalty. He has been slow today. I don't know. It's not really 100% sure. We'll get the second Ferrari seat at some point. As we would have had both Jonases in the Ferrari, but somehow, as if Jonas can't get into the lobby. We don't know why, we don't know what the problem is. We don't know how to change it. And we've got Kasai and Sergio both in P1 and P2. We Love Gaming 7 seconds behind Sergio. With 2 laps to go, that should be our podium for today. But now I have to look at the penalty situation, because the first 2 guys are definitely not some guys to look at for penalties. Got We Love Gaming getting 1 penalty in this race. Martin has not got a single penalty yet, but We Love Gaming should be the next guy. Martin has to gain 2 seconds in the last 2 laps to get past We Love Gaming. Kuhn with the fastest lap, now up to 3 points for the Haas driver. And it looks like Alex will be the next guy. Will be the first guy this season to get points for Ferrari. Even though his race definitely wasn't good, his pace wasn't good. We've now got Martin gaining time on We Love Gaming, 4.8 seconds between both of them. And Martin needs to get 2 seconds in 2 laps to get himself P3, the last spot on the podium. 4.8 seconds between the Alfa Romeo and the Red Bull driver. Behind, we've got Drips and Queen right behind Franchise. They could both move up a place. Franchise has got one penalty. Drips has got a lot of penalties. He will definitely lose the place to Kuhn. Kuhn has not got a penalty at all. He will probably get both places. We've got Philippe with 2 penalties in this race. But he's got a lot of time between all of these guys, and Kuhn will probably move up to P7 only. But that should be enough for him. And we have Martin not gaining a lot of time on the guy in front. Got Martin 4.6 seconds behind. Now he has to gain 1.6 seconds in one lap, as Kazai is already on his last lap coming through Rouge. Not making any mistakes. And Kuhn is gaining on Drips. He's still got a lot of time left to get these places. Now I have Kuhn 1.3 seconds behind him. Martin won't be able to get P3 in this race if Wheel of Gaming does not pick up another penalty. But Kuhn will probably be able to get P7, as Drips has got too many penalties in this race. But they're very, very close. Alex got another time penalty. Kuhn will have the chance to get Drips with DRS this lap. He's been very fast in the last 3 laps. But before we look at that, we can look. There's Drips spinning out into a Rouge in the last lap. Kuhn up into P8. But now we can look at Kazai, who will come over the line, and he has won the Belgian Grand Prix of the OSRL F1. Congratulations to the Mercedes driver, who will get a lot more points. Right now, we've got Sergio finishing this race in P2. Kuhn won't be able to attack Franchise. And Martin, he is only 2 seconds behind. Wheel of Gaming, will he be able to get P3 in this race? Kazai won the race from 19th place. But now Alex got another 5-second penalty. He has finished the race in P10. He will get the first point for this team. Wheel of Gaming finishing in P3, but it will be Martin for P3. 1 second between both of them. The Red Bull will get P3 in this race, as Wheel of Gaming had that one penalty. And he made a mistake in the last lap that put Martin on the podium. Vaki finishing in P4. After this chaotic race, the race winner in Hungary only finishing in P5 today. But Philippe being the next guy to come over the line, P6 for him. Franchise in P8, P7. And Kuhn will be the last guy to come over the line. But Kuhn will be getting P7 as Franchise has got that penalty. We'll put him behind him. I think that's the race done. A very, very chaotic race. We see Mercedes in front of McLaren. Yeah, Alex could have easily got points, but then just threw the car away in Rouge, I think. Both Williams threw the car away in Rouge, to be exact. Got Kazai finishing P1, Sergio in his comeback race in P2, Martin with the Red Bull in P3, Vaki in P5, Wheel of Gaming P4, not to miss that, Felipe in P6, Franchise in P7, Kuhn in P8, who got a penalty in the end. I don't know why he finished behind Franchise, because he did not have a penalty, but that's the race done. Thank you all for tuning in for today's race of the OSRL F1 for race 13. We'll be back on Friday in Italy, in Monza, for round 14 of the OSRL F1. I hope to see you all back on Friday. Until then, have a great week. Enjoy the times. Stay safe and stay at home if possible. Wash your hands. And yeah, until I see you guys for the next time. Bye.